Boom, boom, pow.
Welcome back to Random TV Reviews. I'm your girl Lynette.
And I'm your boy Stanley.
Let me tell you something. If loving you is wrong,
I don't wanna be right.
Hope you're feeling better, Lady Nika. I heard you weren't feeling well.
Yeah.
This here, Tyler. We're gonna get into it because I need to go to sleep. But we picked back off where we left off last week where Miranda was choking the living daylights out of Marcy. So we picked right up on that. He done took her down to the dead-gone ground. Take it down to the dead-gone ground.
To the flow.
I got one thing I gotta say about this.
I got something I need to say about it too.
We just gonna act like that wasn't domestic violence? We just gonna act like that didn't happen. We just gonna act like that's acceptable. We just gonna act like in real life you shouldn't have called the police when somebody was choking you out. We just gonna act like that was the way to handle this? No, Tyler. You've been doing good this whole season, but that right now was domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I don't play with it. Tweet me. But he takes Marcy down to the ground, choking her out. And she was like, don't you ever put your hands on me again. And he starts hollering, you hurt me.
Yeah, like.
You hurt me.
Yeah.
You did this to me. You did it in my face. You did it in my face.
First of all, he is very disrespectful. That anytime you put your hands on a woman in front of your mama.
Yeah, that's like a whole nother level of disrespect.
That's a whole nother level of disrespect. I'm surprised that she ain't knocked the hell out of him.
But on the flip side, his daddy probably did that to her because she was too freaking calm about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was real calm. All that mouth that you got, you ain't say nothing then, you ain't step in.
Yeah,
she said a few things. She was, stop it, Randall. That ain't gonna do nothing.
Hit him over the head with a freaking, with a goddamn soup spoon or something.
So, if I had done that, my mama would have crucified me on the cross. I would have been the next Christ.
You ain't never lying. But yeah, he kept, because last week, I remember he was in front of the shed just watching it going,
yeah.
And I said, this nigga's crazy.
And this daggone crazy, evil-looking trance.
I said, Ashley Bob said, somebody better call the police on this fool.
Yeah.
You better get a tranquilizer, a big one. I was like, yeah, he crazy. And he come in that stew and took her down to the goddamn floor. So she pretty much was like, if you ever touch me again, your mama gonna need a black dress while she watch me piss all over your grave. I said, yes. It remind me of that movie way back in the day, I Spit on Your Grave. Y'all know
about that. I just knew she was gonna pull a knife out on him and slice him up. I just knew she was.
I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
So they fighting about who gonna leave the house. Neither one of them gonna leave the house. They pretty much said they gonna stew in each other's misery until one quits. And Marcy tells him, for every time that you slept with her, I'm gonna match it. Like your 401k say, I match you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna match you dollar for dollar. I'm
100%.
gonna match you cheek for cheek.
No 6%, 100%.
Pump. I'm gonna match it. And I was like, Marcy, good Lord Jesus.
She's taking it a little too far.
So she goes on over to Brad's house. They all following her on the sidewalk. This not funny. But why Brad just opened the door and just
kissed? It's like almost like he was waiting on her to show up
at the door.
Yeah. But did y'all see Randall mama when she ran out of the house? She was light on her feet tonight.
Yeah, God. She was light on her feet with them titties sitting down, them little teeny legs, looking like a grown up T.I.'s wife Tiny. With them little berry legs, big butt, them titties sitting out. I said, go ahead, shimmery lights. And he just kissed her dead in her mouth. And she was like, can I come in? He said, yeah, go on upstairs. Take it all off. I've been waiting on you. Brad, stop. I cannot.
Woo.
So
cheating in the Knicks house.
Making plans to be with my boo. So what happened next, They get into this whole argument after they shut the door we see Randall get into his vehicle and storms off, and then we don't see this bastard no more. And I said, he going to the hospital.
Yeah, it was so predictable.
Predictable.
Yeah.
So Marcy tells Brad, look, show it to me. Brad thought she was talking about the baby.
He's like, he's not here.
He's not here.
It's like, how did you fit that? Nah.
And then she was like, the calendar.
He was like, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. She said, yeah, I do.
So he goes get the calendar, brings it down. She goes looking through it. She was like, what is these grades all about? He was like, oh, I'm D's and F's, and your husband was A's and A's plus.
Yeah.
She said, let's match it. Every one of these dates on here, we're going to have sex in the shed.
We're going to screw in the shed.
That's what the name of this should have been, Screwing in the Shed.
Yeah, Screwing in the Shed.
So, you can see that Brad was like, Marcy, I think we're taking this thing too far.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a knock on the door. And he was about to tell Marcy something. He was like, I have something to tell you. I was like, do you got a disease? Do you got a clap?
Yeah.
Are you burning? I'm like, what you need to tell her?
I think he's about to tell her that we can't do this no more.
So then Shimmering Lights, she comes over there and pretty much pulls her out
that house. Yeah.
She had her Lane Bryant stirrup leggings on. Not stirrup, just the regular leggings with the jewels on the leg.
Uh-huh.
I said, go ahead, mama. She can bake a mean sweet potato pie too.
So just like Patty?
Yeah. Yeah. She looked like she put that dollop of whipped cream on it too.
Yeah.
So she takes Marcy back to her house, and at the same time that this is going on, who is to walk up on the sidewalk but they're dead going Ramsey and Kelly. I said, oh, good time for you to show up in the middle of somebody getting choked out. Are you the tragedy friend? Are you the one that just shows up when people cheating and in sheds and getting choked out? Because I don't need a family like that on my team.
But I had forgot all about that. Marcy never made it over to talk to Ramsey.
Nah, she didn't.
So she done got choked out.
Kissed.
I guess almost have sex. Looked at the calendar and still hadn't made over in 20 minutes.
Yes, I was so mad. So Marcy pretty much tells Ramsey, I'm so sorry. It's been one of those days. Can we reschedule? And Ramsey was looking at her like, no, but okay. And then Kelly follows them over to the house, and she goes in the house. And I said, Kelly, if you open your mouth up
say the wrong thing.
Say, like Pinker says, say another word. And this skit is over.
It's over.
And I'm not playing no more. That's what I wanted to say. Kelly, don't you say not near a word to her, because you ain't answered not near one of her phone calls. You ain't called her, checked on her. You live 2 doors down, and you ain't never came over there to bring her a pie, some water, a bag of ice.
I'm here for you. A counseling session.
A Snickers.
Yeah.
You ain't did none of that.
Burger from Burger King.
You ain't never lied.
Something.
And now you gonna come over there, talk about something. I need to tell you something. Y'all need to stop it. Hold on. Mm-hmm. You might be right.
Say don't do it.
You might be right, but you ain't the one that's gonna be like my boss said at work. You can tell me the truth, but she can't.
Yeah. So you not qualified at this particular moment.
Yeah.
And then she had the nerve to say, "Well, I'm about to tell you the truth, and this might end our friendship. Friendship been over. You not see you ain't been there for a friendship. It's been over."
I wanted Marcy so bad to read her. See, this is me. This is me. I put me.
Oh, you was the character tonight?
She wouldn't have made it up out my kitchen, I tell you that. Without me saying what I had to say. Wait a minute. You're not going to come in here, grab me by my chin, put your hand all up in my face, and go tell me that I'm being reckless. No, this is not what you going to do. How you going to tell me something when you over there, you too busy, you can't check on me, but you going to tell me that I'm reckless and I need to stop. No, you cannot do that. So Randall mama was like, she doing it because she hurt. Well, yeah, we do stupid stuff when we hurt. And she was like, you need to stop. I said, I cannot. Jedi, I know you lost it tonight. I know.
He was on fire, spitting, cussing. I hope you didn't break your camera, dog.
He probably still on that scene right now.
Storm clouds. Boom!
I was like, ooh. So then, Kelly is the friend that she don't know when to say stuff. She say stuff and then it's like, did she just drop a bomb? Mm-hmm. She was like, because you need to prepare yourself. You need to brace yourself. And she was like, brace yourself
But
for what? Myself for what? And she was like, just for what's gonna lie ahead. You almost told about that black baby.
You sure did. That's right, cause she don't even know. But that's what she been doing. Like when it came down to the freaking tag, she told her, watch closely. If you go and tell it, just go and tell it.
Oh yeah, so she's a street snitch.
Yeah, she's a snitch. What's it? Snitches get stitches.
Oh, they just turn up missing. Like Grandma said. Grandma said you gonna wake it up dead.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tyler, that you didn't change too many scenes tonight. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Eddie is back to work.
Boo.
They don't put Po Pete and Ben on bike duty. Seriously?
That's a major demotion.
Pete is already like something ain't right, Lucian.
Yeah.
How is it that he come back to work, take my spot? Cause I want to ride with you.
Yeah, and I gonna.
And now I got to get on the bike.
Man, I gotta ride the Walmart Huffy bike.
I said, "Oh yeah, you got a point." Mm-hmm. So now that Eddie is back, he's asking about what's her name, Claudia.
Yeah, Miss Claudia.
And he go, "What's the girl name? Sally? What is her name?"
I can't think of her
Sally.
name. She look like Janet Jackson to me, but
she kind of does.
Yeah.
She got a cute face. And she's asking Sally, like, who is that girl over there? And she was like, you can't talk to her unless Espresso is here. So then Natalie shows up. I said, Natalie, don't do this.
Yeah, not here. Not at the job.
Cause
because y'all know she came to ask about that 200,000. She's just still blown away by this 200,000.
And made me hot because we got this stereotype of that we can't hold ourselves together. And you just show up at the man's job starting all kind of foolishness. Yeah. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. So Lucian was like, I can't talk to you right now. I gotta go. And at the same time, Espresso come around the corner. And they get to talking. Mm-hmm. Espresso admits that Ed had been back at the house. Like, we haven't seen that.
Yeah. We already knew that.
So then Natalie lets her in on the fact that something's going on with Eddie and Lucian. You know, Eddie robbed a drug dealer. Mm-hmm. And she done told Espresso that my son Joey told me about it. But don't tell. Espresso was like, I don't care what you just said. I'm about to confront Eddie. I said, oh God. No. So now you're going to have to throw.
Yeah. So you're going to throw her up underneath the bus.
Even though you don't tell Eddie. Eddie know where you got it from.
Yeah. Process elimination. Yeah. He knows only going to be 1 or 3 people that told it.
Yeah. So then we get the scene where Julius and his dad is sitting outside in this fake green screen scene. And you know the dad is really sick. Mm-hmm. Kinda, I think that Julius is just waiting for his dad to die so that he can turn the heck up.
Yeah, he waiting.
Because his dad is like the one that's like...
The Rock.
Yeah, he's like...
He holding it all together.
Yeah, and he's streetwise. Mm-hmm. He's business savvy. Mm-hmm. And... man too old to be doing all this stuff. He got enough power to have everybody in control. But he told Julius, he was like, look, I'm about to die and you're not ready to handle this empire.
Yeah, you're not ready.
He sounded like Lucius from a minute.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
You're not ready to handle the empire because I got this ALS.
Julius was like, yes, I am. I'm ready.
He was like, no. He said, you reckless and you still going after that cop. I told you to leave that cop alone.
And how did he knew about that? I don't know.
But we know. He told us how he know.
Oh, yeah.
So he was telling his son, he was like, you have to be wise. You look down on me for keeping these little petty street thugs and street dealers out, on my payroll. But it's not about the money that they bring me. It's the information. He said you have to have friends and information at all levels to be able to run something like this. So that's how we know that he know about
the street told it.
Because the streets told the daddy that you after the cop. And so he was like, I'm telling you, there are forces more powerful than us. Mm-hmm. You mess around in that, by the time this hits a head, I will be dead. And there's nothing you can do. They're going to take all of this. I said, God darn, Daddy.
Dad. And put the street drug dealer wisdom on his hind parts.
Yes, I was like, so he was like, are you listening to me? And he knew his son was lying.
Yeah, he was lying.
So, where we good?
Eddie come over with Esperanzas.
Yeah, he comes over to Espresso's house talking about some, they arguing about the female being over at the house, and the female stove out the house.
I just wish that they make a decision, because
Right.
every time you turn around, she let him back in. They arguing, bickering back and forth. She want to be with him, but of course she know Eddie crazy, so
Yeah.
she want him, but she don't want him.
She wants a changed Eddie, but Eddie is not changed. So
Nah, Eddie ain't gonna change.
no,
Eddie ain't gonna change until he 6 feet under.
yeah. So he looks at her and he was like, "Oh, he had a key," and she was like, "How you get a key?" "Oh, I made it when you was at work." And she was like, "Give me back my key." And he was like, "I pay for everything all up and through here. How you gonna try to put me out when I pay for this?" And she was like, "With the drug money? With the drug dealer money?"
I said, "Oh."
He said, "What?"
How do you know that?
She said, "Oh, so now you robbing drug dealers now. You robbing..." He said,
How do you know that?
"Lucian told you that?" So she said, "You telling the truth?" And he said, "I'm asking the questions here." He said,
I'm police.
He said, "No, Natalie told you." She was like, "Well, how would Natalie know that? Because Lucian told her."
There it is. Put it all together. Choo, 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 choo. Right after Natalie told you to keep your mouth shut.
Right. So, then we get this scene where Quan and Julius is outside of the burger
I'm sick of that scene
joint.
too.
And this time, which confused the heck out of me, why was Joey going with Fawn to drop the money off? Ain't he supposed to be on the clock?
Yeah, he on the clock, all right.
He clocking, he punching in.
Yeah, he punching in. He punching in.
So he pulls off with it, and Quan tells Julius, the dad wrote an article in the paper bragging about how much money, the police brings in. I thought I was the only one that looks at stuff like that. Like when people publicize how much money they made and, what they brought in for the quota and everything, and I'm like,
It's a bad idea.
that's a bad idea, right? Even when our company does it. I'm like,
especially if you're a publicly traded company, you have to. But if you're a private company, you don't have to tell people your revenue.
yeah, so Quan has pretty much figured out, how much money are being made in the drops. He ain't as dumb as he looked. So,
Julius let him know that too.
yeah, Julius said,
I thought you were just a dumb thug.
Dumb thug. So Julius was like, you handled this wrong. The cop is still alive. You shot up a place. The streets are saying that you're weak. And who's that dude right there? Oh, that's Joey. Joey, the one that whooped your tail
and took my money.
And he's still alive? He said, take him out.
I was like, oh.
He said, I need you to build your street
cred
cred back up.
And the whole time I was like, didn't you just hear what your daddy said? I knew you wasn't listening. So I don't hope he think that because he getting Quan to do it, that it's not gonna get linked back to him. All they gotta do is look at the cameras, dog, and see y'all sitting in the car like two dummies.
And you white, so they gonna definitely see your
they gonna
face.
see you.
Yeah, Quan might have a better chance of not being. On that note, why is it that surveillance cameras have the worst cameras in the world? Why do our cell phones have better cameras than surveillance cameras do?
That's true.
Banks, why is it still in black and white? I'm just saying.
I think it's probably because somebody else might answer, but I think it's in low resolution, so because it records 24/7.
I don't care.
You want HD?
If it's my money, I want it in HD. Matter of fact, I want to look like I'm there. I want hologram.
So you want to look like we doing on YouTube?
Right. So we didn't see. We're back at this
freaking hospital. I'm sick of this hospital. Somebody blow the hospital up. I'm sorry, I ain't mean
Don't
to
do
say
that. There are other patients.
Yeah.
All the girls are at the hospital. Everybody's congratulating, Alex. You might go home tomorrow. Your blood pressure has finally been stabilized. The doctor is telling a whole bunch of her information.
Yeah.
HIPAA law.
Yeah. What about the confidentiality?
Yeah. So, and Kelly, there's no divide in information that they tell. You're approved. You and Lucia can start getting your house now.
All you gotta do is call Marcy. Kel was like, not today.
Not today. So then you see, what her name is, Alex's face get all broke up and whatever. Yeah. I said, here it go.
It is.
Here it go. So Alex, see, this the part that just pissed me.
Me too.
Off.
Yeah.
Alex turns on Kelly.
Kelly.
I don't really care for Kelly this season at all, but this time I got Kelly's back.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that Alex gonna turn on Kelly talking about some? You should have told me. You should have told me about my husband sleeping with Marcy. Everybody was like,
yeah. Say, first of all, I ain't got to tell you nothing, especially something to do between your husband
yeah.
and you. Oh no, did her name be all up? Well, it's already up in it, but
So like my mama said, she tried to pussyfoot all around that.
yeah.
And Kelly was like, "That's not my place."
True.
So here come Alice. Oh, it's not your place to tell me about my husband sleeping around with Marcy in the shed, but it was your place to tell Marcy to look a little closer
for
for
Pepper.
Pepper. So now that the shoe is on the other foot, it's not your place. Okay, I saw the tape. So she was like, "What tape?" It's like Brad came up here and showed me the tape.
But that confused me because Kelly wasn't in that tape.
But you remember she was on the phone with Kelly?
Oh, she put it together.
So she put it
Put
together.
it together, yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think about.
That's on, yeah, because I know Brad didn't know that she knew that it was in shed.
Yeah. So she tells Kelly, "You need to leave. You need to get out."
I said, ooh.
Man, I swear to God, I would have took
Man, I was on fire.
I would have took her daggone hospital bed and jacked that joker all the way up.
I was folding in half like
That's
a
what I said. I
sandwich.
would fold
Fold
up,
it right in half just like a sandwich.
have her freaking knees up to her freaking throat. I said, no, you not. No, you not. So then, of course, you can leave it to Natalie to keep it 100. She was like, "Alice, you were wrong. You are wrong for that." And as a matter of fact,
Oh, y'all get out. I said, wait. I said, wait, Alex. You have nobody. Everybody that you know is against you. And the last 3 people that's on your side, you just done kicked them to the curb.
like Chris Tucker said, "I need everybody out. Titty. I said, that's how she said it. She was like, "Get out.
Natalie,
Get out."
Natalie didn't waste no time. She said, okay. So you know, Natalie don't care 2 flying flips. What she do anyway?
She worried about this $200,000.
Yep.
Look, at she got her daggone hair wrap on, ready for war. Let's try me. So, we see this scene like back in the country, like where I grew up at. I said, "Who going to my hometown?"
Yeah. Down the
said-
back road and
I
through
said,
the woods
don't
to
you
grandma's
tell-
house we go.
I said, "Don't you tell me that daggone Randall didn't go to this hospital. He
That's
don't go
what-
to Rusty house."
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I said, "Don't you do this."
Oh.
So then they pulled up, y'all. This scene was so on point. They were spinning wheels. He was spinning wheels.
Yeah.
He had no gravel on the driveway.
Nope.
He didn't even have no oyster shells. Y'all
Nope.
country people
Yeah,
know what
I
I'm
know
talking
about the
about.
oyster shell.
I said, Brad gets out the freaking Jeep. And Rusty's sitting up there.
Working on his 1947 pickup truck.
Why they always working on the carburetor on their Ford F-150?
That's a country thing for you. Every time you go to the country, somebody's working on somebody's motor.
So, Brad was like, "Why you here? You lost?" He talking a whole bunch of racist smack to him or whatever. And they keep going back and forth with this dialogue. And Brad was like, "I've been trying to call you." He was like, "Yeah, we turned the phone down because she has migraines."
It's like, liar.
And he was like, "Did you know that your daughter had the baby?" And he was like, "She may have mentioned it to my wife, but not me." And
Brad was like, well, you gonna come see the baby?
yeah, so he was like, "What is it?" He's like, "It's a boy." He's like, He's like, what do you call him?
He a half communist.
A half communist.
Brad said, I'm from England.
He said, "And you have a female."
And you have a female queen around there running everything.
I said, "You
You
just
just
take
can't
it
win.
to
You just can't win.
Black, England,
Yeah.
English,
Queen.
women.
Just
Nobody
can't win.
wins.
Can't win.
You just have to be a white man to win with him. So Brad was like, whatever, but you should come see the baby. And he walked up out of Brad's
Yeah, he
face.
walked up and saw back working on the truck.
Like he won't dance. By that time, of course, the lady comes out the house. And Brad was like talking to her about it, and she was like, okay. He was like,
try.
can you get him? Y'all need to come see this baby. He's beautiful. And the mama was like, we don't like to be away for a long time. Brad was like, just come one day, and then you can come back. And she was like, I'll try. He said, well, put some of that female charm on him. I was like, and she was like, okay. Then she wanted him to stay for dinner. I would not eat nothing.
No, indeed. But I actually thought Brad was going to tell him that it was a black baby.
Yeah.
Because that would have got him in that car, wherever they going to stay at. Because I don't know where the heck he was at.
He had a flat roof on the house.
Yeah. He would have definitely got in that car and went over to the hospital. I guarantee you he told me it was a black baby.
Yep. So then we end the scene off where stalker, psychopath, Randall, he did end up at the hospital. He's sitting in the weight room. Why is the weight room right beside the freaking door to the room?
He like this. Well, like, nobody don't see this suspicious black dude just sitting there?
You know what he looked like? You remember on Friday After Next when Terry Crews had just got out of prison, Damon?
Yeah.
And he was looking at everybody in the party? That's what he was looking like. And I said,
I got my shank. In case something jump off up in here.
So then this nurse brings in the baby. When does nurses just walk around with the babies just like they theirs? That doesn't happen. They roll them in.
Yeah.
So she brings the baby to Alex, and Alex is like checked out. I'm like, is she about to throw this baby against the wall? Like,
yeah,
what's happening? And even the nurse was like, are you okay?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. You going home tomorrow? It's exciting.
Okay.
Okay. I said, that Annabelle song, son?
Yeah.
So as soon as the nurse leaves out the room, Randall takes this as an opportunity to slide on in the door. And while she's sitting up there, looking at the baby, not paying the door in the mind, he's looking at the baby. Because I think this is the first time he's really seen the baby.
Yeah, because he only saw the baby's feet.
Yeah. No, did he see the feet? That was
Oh, that was Brad that saw the feet.
No, that was Eddie.
Oh, okay.
So he sees the baby this time. And he was like, he sure is beautiful. And she's
like a deer here, like, it is over.
And it's over.
Of course.
I'm going to tell y'all, this was a good goddamn episode.
Yeah, this was a good episode.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And next week look like it's gonna be off the chain, but I have a feeling that next week is not gonna be off the chain because
they need an hour and a half to be good.
Right. So we thank y'all for rocking out with us. We appreciate y'all so much. We'll see y'all tomorrow for Empire.
Yes, indeed.
Straight from the VA.
The dirty South.
We give you a 2 up, 2 down.
Holla.